This dress is a beauty to behold, and I can't just imagine having all this design all over the dress. Anyways, guys, I'm about to show you how I achieved all that with these beads. That is the crystals, broken beads, and rhinestones. So stay tuned. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. To all my new subscribers, you're all welcome. If you're here for the first time, please do well to subscribe so the algorithm can push further this type of content to those who will find it really helpful. The first thing I did on this dress was to glue all my rhinestones with B6000 in strategic places, as you see me doing, so I can, achieve a very defined look. And here I am applying my B6000 to the metallic part of the rhinestones and gluing directly to the fabric. After thinking of the best design to outline with the previously layered applique, well, not the best design though. I mean, the best design with the kind of beads that I have. If you haven't seen the lace applique tutorial, please kindly check it out for better understanding. I started beading following the lace applique design, I couldn't bead properly on the dress form. It was so difficult, so I had to switch over. I started beading without the dress form, which was quite easy and comfortable. If for me, I don't know about you, so you need to know what really works best for you. The rhinestones were glued in specific areas I wanted it to be, although it was further intact to keep it in place. To complete the designing of this dress, I used broken beads and crystals for this project. Now, following the lace applique that we already have, I have star shape, I have leaf shape if you look closely with some pearls. I started with slanting beading, and this involves taking a number of beads that can cover up a specific pattern without it budging out. That is, if it is too much or spacing out, that is when it is not enough. To do that, you need to put your needle in the starting point where you are starting from and you tack. You can tack like once or twice, then you pick your beads and pass it through the end point, and outward to the next starting point, if that makes sense. That can be a little tricky, I know, right? Let me show you closely. First thing first, you tie a knot. After tying a knot about 2 times, then you go ahead to start your beading. I'm using a wording for the essence of this tutorial just for you to see it clearly. I drew my leaf pattern out first, which is actually not necessary for the outfit that was beading because I already did applique, which has leaf shapes already. But if you're working with plain fabric, you can go ahead and draw a very nice leaf shape design with pencil or fabric pen, not with biro. I'm using this just for you to see it clearly. And then I started beading these leaf structures by taking the amount of beads that would occupy that leaf structures. It's just more like you creating an imaginary vein lines on your leaf structures. At this point, I already picked excess beads, so the best way for me to do is to just pass out the thread backwards in order for me to remove the excess beads and continue with the normal slant on the leaf shape that I was doing. I continue with the slant in order to make a full circular leaf shape, but at some point my thread got shortened and I had to cut it and start with another long thread. This does not affect any of your work as long as you tack at the end point and also tack at the beginning of the next beading, and then to form the whole leaf structures. I hope you've clicked the subscribe button at this point. If you haven't done so, just subscribe. Subscribe. Okay, so moving on to the next part, I did a straight stitch as well to form a stem for the leaf. To do that, you need to pick about 2 beads or 3 beads, then you pass it to the next point in which that 2 or 3 beads will occupy, making it as close as possible. Or you can do a running back stitch whereby you pick 2 or 3 beads and you pass it backward to the last 1 or 2 beads and pass it through that 2 or 1 bead outwards in order to continue this stitch. The last thing I did was to create another leaf shape. Although this leaf shape
has outline, which makes it different from the first one. And this outline is created using straight stitch like I did for the stem but in circular form. For the scattered beads, I passed the needle from one point to another to form multiple beads in different parts. That also applies for the crystals. You can add or eliminate any design you think is suitable or not.
That's basically all what I was doing here, following through the leaf shape. The applique lace can be quite difficult to bead because of the glue used for the lace placement. However, with minimal glue, it shouldn't give a tough time that much. I moved on to the other part of the leaf pattern that I have and repeated the same process all over again to complete a whole leaf shape. You will definitely see that I was struggling with inserting my needle into the fabric at some point, but that's fine. While doing this, you need to ensure that your needle doesn't get out of the lining. Everything should be embedded in between the fabric. I added my crystals as well to the leaf edges. I don't know why I did that, but I added that and also scattered broken beads in strategic places and also more crystals randomly, especially the plain part. I tried to create a raised design with a tiny bead over a big bead, but it didn't work out, and that's because of the big holes in the crystals. It kept pulling out even with two small beads.
To do that, pass your thread through a big bead and then to a small bead to act as a stopper. Do this over and over again until you have a clustered beaded design. You will love it. Absolutely.
After trying that, different techniques for that, I had to resort to using crystals alone. I continued the other structures as well using my slanting method, and I tied the knot at the end of each structure. I also tied a knot in areas where I have shortened thread in order to start another continuous thread. At this point, I've done a lot but not evident like I wanted it to be. I have limited days to complete this dress and deliver to my client, but I wanted to create a unique design to make it more appealing to my client. I had to break a bit from my slanting beading that I was doing because it was bulging out due to excess beads, and after breaking that like I did, I went ahead to just tack down my rhinestones and all lifted lace applique edges. While tacking the rhinestones down, you want to ensure that you are passing your thread horizontally or diagonally through the hole in the rhinestones. And then to the next structure for beading, I formed stars shape by picking 2 to 3 beads and tracing along the lace applique design with a crystal tacked in between at the end of the star design. I highlighted the spiral shape of the lace applique design at the neckline with slanting and twist. It's already looking put together with the spiral beaded design on the neckline. I did a straight bead stitches to make it more vibrant, and that is achieved using a running back stitch. I tied a knot to start with, and I went ahead to pick 2. You can pick 3 or 4 beads to start with. You measure the actual point it will end with your 2 beads or 3 beads. Insert the needle at that point and take it back to the last 2 or the last bead itself. You insert the needle right in that last bead and take it to the front again to continue the process all over again till you get your desired length. Remember, while creating beading stitches, it is necessary to create mirror looking design. Whatever you create on the left hand side, remember to always create it on the right hand side so everything can look professional. Moving on to the lower part, I added my broken bead or glass bead to the upper part scattered, and also to the down part of this, this area scattered as well. It's more like from the lace area you are making the beads full, then scanty as you proceed upwards. I did the same for the lower part as well. I added crystals to the lower part as well, although it was much more clustered in the bustier area. I added quite a lot to the bustier area to just cover up the plain part and also to make it pop, really, really pop. And then that was basically everything I did for this dress with my crystals, rhinestones, as well as broken beads. So let me know if you like to try this design and all the techniques that is used to make this beautiful dress. The techniques are quite handy and you can choose to replicate any one of the techniques, not necessarily all, to create your own kind of design. I did scattered beading as well at the back, just to make everything align and defined all together. If you would like to see how this dress fits on my clients, just stay to the end of this video, which is few seconds to this point. And I'm so glad it turned out well and my clients love the result of it. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel at this point, please use these few seconds to do so. Like and comment. Let me know what you guys think. And here is my client looking so pretty in this dress. She absolutely bodied it. Thank you for watching and see you in my next one. Bye.